Oh,
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. I'm asking that you share this live. Please begin to share the live now. Um, share it, share it, please share the live. Please share the live. Please share this live. This is the We2R Liberians Movement platform, the platform that is all about speaking to and for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers. We are in the business of revolutionizing, changing the thought process about people. Please share the live. Please share the live. I have some information to share today. I have some information to share. Please do as much as possible. Please do if you can. Please share this live. Please share the live. I wish I was in a position to have some music playing here just to keep you guys going. But share the live if you can. Please share it. Again, this is the We2R Liberians Movement platform. This platform is actually geared towards speaking not only to but for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers, but we are actually in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people as we approach the 2023 elections and moving forward. I think it's so important that we share some information so that it impacts the decision making of our people. Please do share this live. It's really important that you share it. And I wish I had the opportunity to be seated to share some information to our young and old people alike. It's so critical that we do that. I'm going to be starting it very shortly just to share some information for everyone, for particularly for our young people, because I think we have to set the standard for the young people that are going to come after us. Also, this is gonna, if you are interested, you can kind of tune in. This is some information that will kind of raise the level of consciousness of our people as we approach this 2023 elections. Again, please share the live. Please share this live. As you can see, I'm making my way to work, but I don't have the luxury of, sitting in the place of comfort to actually conduct this live. So I'll be going. I'll be starting here shortly. And so if you can share the live, I really appreciate it. I have some information to share. Again, this is for everyone. This is for everyone. This is for everyone. Please share this live. Please share this live. Please share as soon as you can, as much as possible to everyone. Let's get as many people as we can get on board here so that we can begin this live here. Hopefully we'll go ahead and start, and then right after that we'll have viewers go back and replay the live so that they can be able to get the information. Please share the live. Please do share this live. All right, today is Tuesday. I believe it's July 18th. The time now here in the U.S. is a little past 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And again, this is the WE2R Liberians Movement platform. This is the platform that is not, is actually geared towards speaking not only to the masses, we speak for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers, but we are in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people. So let me go ahead and start. This is your boy, your man, Ayiti Williams. I go by that name. Some call me Charles and some call me Ayiti. So we're going to go right ahead and begin this live here momentarily. And please share the live if you can. Please share the live if you can. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and just start. Again, this is the WE2R Liberians Movement. I'm going to say over and over because the book says that faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. So the more we repeat it, hopefully it resonates and kind of locks into the head. But again, this is the WE2R Liberians Movement platform that is geared towards speaking not only to the masses, speaking for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers. We're in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people. This is it's so critical. So now I'm going to be talking to you pretty much on two items. I want to talk to you on the knowledge of self and the deliverance of our people from mental captivity as we approach the 2023 elections. I think a couple of weeks ago, I was on here live, and I kind of just give a synopsis of what this platform is about. We actually talk about, again, we talk about, what you think about yourself, what are your thought process, how do you see yourself, as we gear towards making this pivotal decision in our lives for this coming out 2023 elections. Is so important that we have the discussion so that when it comes to the decision making, people are making decision not on sentiment, but they are making decision based on facts, based on the issues. So again, I'm going to be talking to you guys on two topics. I believe both are to some extent intertwined. I'll be talking to you on one, the knowledge of self, and two, the deliverance of our people from mental captivity, mental enslavement as we approach the 2023 elections. All right, well, I would like to begin. I like to begin this way. I like to use this, as an exposition. So, in 1821, a preacher prophet by the name of Nat Turner stood up to strike a blow for freedom. Those around him, kind of tried to mimic him and saw him as a tyrannical fool. Moses, a man of God, led a freedom march into Egypt with a telegram from God saying to Pharaoh, "Let my people go." Harriet Tubman, in that same line of thinking, led the Underground Railroad, freed 300 black slaves during the slavery. Jesus himself said, "I've come to set the captive free." So what's going on in Liberia? Our people are locked up. Our people are pretty much experiencing nothing but some form of mental enslavement. And the next thing, I think what's so critical is the fact that, we don't know who we are. So the knowledge of self is the next thing that we're going to be talking about. I think I'm going to kind of try to dive right into the knowledge itself, because that's the first thing that's critical to how and what we become. So let me dive into that. Again, when I started, I was talking about, the thought process. So a man thinks see himself, so a man think of himself, so is he. So who are you? Who are you? What were you born for? Why are you here? Why are you here? Is the question that we should be asking. And the original purpose for man, or why man was made, was so that you will have rulership, so that you will have dominion over the planet Earth. That's so critical to your well-being on this planet. In order to be able to reach your true and full potential, you should. And it's so critical that you know who you are and why you're here. And so the knowledge itself, who created you? Why were you made? Think about it. It took until the sperm meets the egg, you would never have a person, or you can never have a person. So it implies that creator who made you, who created you. Think about the process. Where you started from. You started from a very dark place. It took the sperm to meet that egg. And that's how you started. So you started as a plant. Then see, what did you actually evolve to? From a plant, and then that's simple biology. From a plant, you probably became an embryo. From an embryo, you became what? A fetus. And then you went through the first, the second, the third trimester. And it took billions of sperms to come out. But you were the one guy, the one sperm that actually made it to meet that egg. And once you met that egg, you actually went through the process that I just talked about. Your mother or your dad could have had miscarriage. Or your mother could have had miscarriage. Let me say it that way. But you know what? You made it. And so because you have made it here, no one can, or no one is supposed to be able to keep you down. You just made it. And you have come here for a time and season. And so it's so important that you know who you are and know why you're here. And once you know that, once you have found why you're here and who you are, then I don't think you'll be around making bad decisions. I don't think you'll be around allowing those who see themselves as superior to use you, to take advantage of you. And that's the plan of those who see themselves as the elite, or those who see themselves as superior. And because the real truth is, the primary objective of the enemy, I can tell you in Liberia, is to keep the halves up. That's those who are in positions. They want to stay in position, and those who are down to keep you down, so that, you know what, you are on the receiving end. And so they make the decisions for you. They run your life. You have to be really, really concerned about your well-being, who you are, why you came here, and why you're supposed to be here. And what's so important as well is, we certainly don't know how long we're going to be here. You don't know how long you're going to be around. You certainly don't know how long you're going to be around. So it's important that you take complete inventory of your life. And it's sad because, the tradition has kept a lot of us in a box. Tradition has kept a lot of us in a box. And so you have been so enclosed and unfortunately not willing to step outside to reach your full potential, allowing those who are in positions to run you around and make decisions for you has made this country, has caused this country to consistently plummet and to stay behind. So I just want you to know that the knowledge of self, who you are is so, so important. You are more than what you think you are. Think about it. Let me move a little bit further. A young man by the name of Kwame Nkrumah was born in 1909. Stand to be corrected. Went to school in Ghana, Accra. Graduated from high school. That young man, what he had in mind was to make a difference in Ghana. And the story is told that he traveled to the United States and landed with what was equivalent to about $50 US. He went to Lincoln University, studied theology, and he obtained a bachelor's. He didn't stop there. And it was at Lincoln University he started reading philosophy, and some other, articles and stuff that really, really made a change in his life. He didn't stop there. Went to the University of Pennsylvania, where he picked up another degree. Worked in restaurants, all jobs, did all types of jobs. But you know what? He had a mindset to go back to Ghana and make a difference. Again, the story goes further to say that on his way back to Ghana, he stopped in London or England, where he picked up another degree, and then finally landed in Ghana with the intention of making a significant difference and an impact in Ghana. Today, Kwame Nkrumah stands, or even though he's gone, but he's still here with us. Kwame Nkrumah the late Kwame Nkrumah has made a significant difference. And you as young Liberians, even the old ones, can also make a difference. Don't worry about what someone is saying about you. Last time I mentioned, it doesn't matter who your parents are. It doesn't matter your economic status. It doesn't matter your address. Think about Kwame Nkrumah, where he came from, and how he made a significant difference in that country. So it's important that we begin to see ourselves at a different glance. Because some of you are supposed to be doctors. Some of you are supposed to be lawyers. Some of you are supposed to be sociologists, philosophers, accountants, and the whole 9 yards. But someone has placed you in a box. So I'm asking all of you to rise up. Don't allow this to happen to you. Do not reduce yourself to beggars. Do not reduce yourself. Do not reduce yourself. And how can this happen? Hopefully, if we can make the right decisions to put the right people in place, we should be able to make a difference. But where does that start? It starts in the mind. You cannot make your decision based on a bag of rice or maybe a couple of dollars, couple $100. No, the decision has to be made based on the facts and what they can do for you. Because your mentality now, you have been enslaved. You don't know your importance. You don't know your self-worth. You don't know who you are. I'm so sorry. Let me get this thing back here. You are way sophisticated than you think you are. The book says you are more than a conqueror. Maya Angelou she said in her poem, every time you see me, I come as one. I stand at 10,000. You know, I can go on and on. Even after the Emancipation Proclamation in America, slaves were granted freedom. And because of the mentality, they wanted to remain slaves. Some of them, they were afraid to be independent. They lived as dead people. They had mouth but could not speak. They had ears but could not hear. They have eyes and could not see. Look, you're more than what you think you are. Some of us have been reduced to what they'll call zogos. Some of us have been reduced to beggars. Some of us have been reduced, I'm sorry to say, prostitutes. Some of us have been reduced to, there's a whole lot of adjectives that I can use to describe who we have been labeled as.
Caution, toll booth.
And so I want to talk to you today. So I had to take this guy, Master Farah Muhammad, who came from the East and actually came to the West, went to Detroit, and he raised the level of consciousness of the people. And the blacks who were walking around as dead people, the thought process didn't change. We don't need no mental health facility in Liberia. But we need to start having this conversation. Because what's going on in Liberia is systemic. And if we don't have this discussion to ensure that our young people and even the old, the minds of the people are transformed, then we will continue to have the same problem. We will continue to have the same problem. We all have a stake in that country. I go back to that story. Master Farah Muhammad began to talk to the black people, changing their mindset. They got on the rise. Even Margaret Garvey. Can you imagine how to come from Jamaica, become in America, saw black people living as dead people? A lot of our people living in Liberia are dead. They are dead, walking dead people. Walking dead people. It says on us, those of us outside, wherever we are, let's pitch this conversation. Let us raise the consciousness of our people. Let us encourage our people. Let us encourage our people. Let us help our people. Let us educate our people. The education is not about the classroom. I'm not even going to go there because I just want to stay strategically, on this topic today. The two items that I talked about. The knowledge of self and the deliverance of our people from mental captivity. If our people would come to the realization to know that they are more than conquerors, to know that they are worth more than just being called zogos or just being reduced to beggars, I can tell you for a fact, Liberia is going to be a better place. But where does it start? It starts with you and me. We need to set that standard. We need to rewrite history. We have a rich country. We have the resources. We have the human capacity. What do I mean by that? Those of us who were opportune or have been opportune to acquire higher education, trades and all that kind of stuff. We need to reach back and begin. We ourselves, you won't I mean, it's a shame that some of us, we've acquired. I mean, I'm talking about the highest level of education about our mentality because we have been enslaved mentally. We're not thinking out of the box. It's about us. If it's not about us, it's not about anyone. The knowledge of self. The knowledge of self is important. Do not reduce yourself to a beggar. Do not reduce yourself to always be on the receiving end. You are here to have dominion. You are here to have power and to subdue this earth. But how can you do that? That can only be accomplished with a changed mindset. That can only be accomplished with a different mindset. That can only be accomplished if we begin to have this conversation, empowering our people. So I want to talk to you. Young man, don't reduce yourself to, they call you a pile board. No, don't reduce yourself to that. You're more than that. You have been called to make a difference. You have been called to change the trajectory. You've been called to rewrite history. Some of you, even those who have been living now as Zogo, there's still room to be the next doctor. There's still room to be the next lawyer. There's still room, even if you will be a janitor, even if you will be a carpenter, even if you will be a plumber or mason, electrician. We have to strive to make a difference. We have to strive to better ourselves. But that can only happen if those of us who have had the opportunity or who have the opportunity can reach out there, begin to make the difference. So that's just what I wanted to talk about as we approach this 2023 elections. You have to ensure that you are making the right decision, and it starts in the mind. Until we get to the place where we know who we are and why we're here. Change the mindset. You cannot be on that person's tutelage. You cannot be on this person's tutelage. Think independently. Think out of the box. You don't need me. You're more than a conqueror. You can do it. You can make it. You can be the next president. You can be that next, businessman. You can be that next vice president as well. But let's forget about that. There are other things you can do, you've been called to do. You did not just come here to play around. You did not just come here to sit around. You've come to make an impact. But where does it start from? It starts from when the minds of the people have been changed, when the minds of the people are changed, when the thought process of the people are changed, then we can all begin to work to uplift that country. So in conclusion, the two topics or the two items that were on the agenda today. One, we talked about, because I want my young people to get this. You're not a Zogo. Situation may have placed you, in a position where now you're on drug or you're on alcohol. You abusing it excessively. But you know what? There's still room to make a difference. You got to align yourself with the right people. And that all starts in the mind. The mind. You are more than what you think you are. You have come to make an impact. You have come to make a change. This is your time. You're the next businessman. You're the next professor. You're the next lawyer. You're the next, mason, carpenter. You're the next accountant. You're the next lawyer. You're the next nurse. Our people have to be delivered from mental captivity. But with the knowledge of self, we'll be able to attain that. And as we approach this 2023 elections, it's going to be sad if you make bad decisions based on emotions. You know what was sad the last time, as I conclude, was when I seen a man went out. He was conducting some kind of interview, and during the interview, is asking random questions. How many hours do we have in a day? In Liberia, it was difficult for young men and women in the street to even answer that question. How many days in a week? It was difficult to answer the question. How many days in a month? How many months do we have? How many months do we have in a year? They can't answer. And that's because we have a corrupt system that has corrupt the minds of our people. And so our people have been conditioned. But we're going to continue this to make sure the consciousness of our people is elevated to another level. And so just because that guy has, a big house, you're not intimidated because it's in the mind. You're more than a conqueror. Just because he has a big car, he's not any better than you. It's in the mind. You're more than a conqueror. You have come here. Your current condition does not determine your tomorrow. You're the next doctor. You're the next teacher. You're the next nurse. You're the next accountant. You're the next professor. You're the next janitor. It doesn't matter what you do. That can be a whole different topic. Because, Ralph Emerson, to close, said back in the lecture in 1871, he said, if a man can preach a better sermon, write a better book, or build a better mousetrap, even if he builds his house in the wood, the word is going to make a beaten path to his door. So it doesn't matter what you become, but be the best version of that. That can be another discussion, but it all starts in the mind. So your current condition has nothing to do with who you're going to become. And that is attainable only if we change our mindset to make better choices for tomorrow. And this, all I'm talking about here is just about the people that are going to come after us. I've already lived. A lot of us, we've lived. We got young folks, man. Look at what's going on in that country. People all over the place. You cannot even distinguish the guy who, I'm sorry to say, not to demean anyone, but I'm sorry to say, go to the universities. Then go to the marketplace. You can't even demarcate or delineate the difference. There has to be a difference. It starts in the mind. There has to be a difference. We have to set a standard. It starts in the mind. So I just want to talk to you, my young boys, the young girls. Don't take that drug. Don't take that drug. Don't take that alcohol. Don't ruin your life. You have your whole life ahead of you. You are more than a conqueror. You can do it. You can make it. And don't be intimidated by the guy who maybe travel outside just because you find yourself in that geographical location, Liberia. You're a citizen of the world. Think big of yourself. Empower yourself. Align yourself with the right people. It starts in the mind. We have to fight that because our people have been conditioned to mental enslavement. But we're not going to stop. We're not into politics. But you know what? We're going to try to do our best to ensure that we're giving the information to our people so then the level of consciousness will be elevated to another level so you can drive around with your nice car. You can come around with your millions and think that's all that. And you think you're the boss, right? Because you have that money. You think you're all that. And that's why, once you get your mindset changed, once your mindset is rewired, then, you can have a conversation with anyone. You can engage anyone, because you know what? Greater is he that's in you than he that is in the world. And that's why Dr. King said, you cannot judge a man by the color of his skin. And I would just add to that, to say, can't judge you by your clothes, not by your cars, not by your house, but your content. What's in you, the character, what comes out. And that's why, even if you were wearing some raggedy shirt or pants, but when you begin to speak, and man, you're speaking content, and they understand, and I can't mess with that kid. And so that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm your boy or your man, Ayiti Williams. This is the WE2R Liberians Movement platform. This platform, we speak not only we speak for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers, but we are in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people. Thank you for watching. Again, you're more than a conqueror. Change your mindset, change your thought process. Do not allow them to enslave you mentally. I look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a good day.